What's up everyone, my name is Alexis. So today I wanted to take a look at One UI 6.0 and take a look at some of the new features and changes that came with it. Let's get into the video. So what is One UI? One UI is the operating system that runs on all Samsung devices. And it's essentially a skin that's placed on top of stock Android. And just recently, Samsung just released the brand new version of One UI, which is One UI 6.0. Quick panel, new button layout. Now the quick panel has a new look to it in the compact view as well as the fully expanded view. The Wi-Fi and Bluetooth settings have been moved to the top to its own dedicated section, and visual features such as the eye comfort shield and dark mode have now been moved to the bottom of the screen. And all the other quick setting buttons have been moved to the middle. And these are the ones that you can customize to whatever suits you best. Quickly access brightness control. So now the brightness control appears on the compact view by default. So this makes it easier to adjust the brightness straight from the compact quick panel. Enhanced layout for notifications. The layout for notifications has been altered a bit. So now each notification gets its dedicated card, even when it's a group notification. And so this makes it easier to see each individual notification in its own card. So again, this makes it a little bit easier to see each notification, even if it's grouped. Sort notifications by time. So previously, all notifications were sorted by priority, but now it gives you the option to sort by time. So to enable this feature, just head over to Settings, Notifications, Sort By, and then you can select either sort by priority or sort by time. So this way you can choose to see your notifications in chronological order rather than the priority view. Improved album art display. Now while playing music or a video, now the album art or video thumbnail covers the whole media controller in the notification panel. The thumbnail or album art appears on the left side when the media controller is collapsed. Then when you expand it, it covers the whole media controller. More vivid icons. So now you can use more vivid icons in the notifications panel. So now instead of the basic black and white icons, you can choose to use the same icons that you see in the home view and in the app screen in the notification center. So you can enable this setting by going to Settings, Notifications, Advanced Notifications. Then you can select Show App Icons in Notifications. Instantly access the full quick panel. So by default, when you swipe down once, you can see the collapsed notification panel, and then when you swipe again, then it shows the expanded panel. Well, now it's a little bit easier to go straight into the fully expanded panel. So you can simply swipe from the top right, and it gets you straight into the expanded notification panel. So you can enable this setting by fully expanding the notification panel. Then you go ahead and tap on the edit icon in the top right. Then select Quick Panel Instant Access and just make sure that it's toggled on. And so this way you can instantly access the quick settings panel by swiping from the top right. Lock screen. Clock repositioning. So now you can reposition the clock on the notifications panel anywhere on the top half of the screen. So this makes the lock screen more customizable and it gives you more control over where you want the clock to appear. So you can edit the lock screen clock by going to Settings, Lock Screen, and Edit. Then all you have to do is tap on the lock screen clock and then you can go ahead and reposition it wherever you want to. Home screen. Simplified icon labels. So now some of the apps have been renamed, and so now it just looks a little bit cleaner. So any app labels that started with Galaxy or with Samsung have been reduced to just the app name. So for example, previously the Galaxy Store was named Galaxy Store, and then now with One UI 6.0, it's simply Store. So another example would be Samsung Health. Now it's simply named Health. So this just makes the app labels look a little bit cleaner, and it doesn't have like the full name. It just has like the shortened version now. Drag and drop with two hands. So now when you're moving your apps around, you can use both hands to drag and drop. So let's say, for example, I have an app on my app screen that I want to move to my home screen. I can simply select it with my left hand and then swipe through with my right hand until I find the spot where I want to place it. And then you can go ahead and drop it with your left hand. Multitasking. Keep pop-up windows open. So now when you have an app in the pop-up view, and you switch to a different app, the pop-up window remains open. So before it used to be the case that the pop-up window would close, but now it's a little bit easier to multitask because the pop-up window remains open I actually really like this change because previously it would minimize, but now it just stays open. Samsung keyboard. New emoji design. So now the emojis have been updated to a fresh new style. So previously they had more of a flat design, but now they have a little bit more of a 3D look to them. So now the emojis look a little bit closer to what they look like on iOS. Camera. Simple and intuitive design. So now the camera app has had a redesign all around. So now everything from the quick settings to the preview screen has a new design. More alignment options for watermarks. So now there's more options for when you choose to put a watermark on your photos. So now you can put a watermark at the bottom of the photo or at the top, and it gives you just more alignment options. And on top of that, there's different styles and fonts as well. Enhance video size selection. So now when you tap on the video size button, there's a new pop-up window. So now it's a little bit easier to choose the video size and the frame rate that you want to use. Quality optimization for photos. So now you can choose 3 different settings for quality optimization for photos. So you can choose 12M for taking photos quickly, and you can choose 200M for the highest quality. Now you can choose 50M to choose a balance between quick and high quality. Easier document scanning. So now the document scanning feature has been updated with some new options. So now once you scan your document, you'll see at the bottom that it gives you the option to rotate the document. So you can go ahead and rotate the document straight after scanning it. So this just makes it easier to edit the document right away instead of having to go back into your photos and rotating it after. Keep your picture level. So now when you have the grid lines activated, it shows a line level in the middle. And so this shows you if your photo is level with the ground. So this just makes it easier to line your photos and make sure that they're level with the ground. Turn off swipe up or down to switch cameras. So now swiping up or down for switching cameras is optional. So if you're worried about accidentally switching from the rear cameras to the front cameras by swiping on your screen, now you can disable the feature. So you can disable it by going to your camera and then hitting the settings, and then just make sure that swipe up or down to switch cameras is toggled off. So this way you won't be accidentally switching cameras. Gallery. Quick edits in detailed view. So now in the gallery app while viewing a photo, you can simply swipe up and then you can see quick edit buttons. So this just makes it a little bit easier to edit photos, and it gives you instant access to some editing features. So let's say for example I have this photo and I want to use the object eraser. I can simply swipe up and then the option will be right there. You can simply tap on object eraser and then go ahead and start editing your photo. So again, it just kind of makes some editing features more available, and it's quicker to use. Save clipped images as stickers. So now when you clip a subject out of a photo, you can go ahead and save it as a sticker to reuse for later. So let's say for example, I take this selfie and then I want to clip myself out of the picture. I can simply press and hold and then save as a sticker. And then I can jump into another photo, go ahead and hit edit, and then use that sticker that I saved in this other photo. So this just makes it a little bit easier to edit photos. If you want to clip out a sticker, you can do that and then drag it into a different photo. Photo editor. Enhanced layout. So the photo editor now has a redesigned layout, making it easier to edit photos. Undo and redo. So now on the photo editor, there's a undo and a redo button. So this just makes it easier to undo mistakes or to redo some changes that you made. New text background and styles. So now with One UI 6.0, there's new text styles and backgrounds as well. So this just makes it a little bit easier to customize the text, so that way you can personalize your photos a little bit better. Adjust decorations after saving. So now you can adjust decorations after saving the photo. So let's say for example, I added some text to this photo and I have it on the left side, and then I saved the image. Well, if let's say I want to move the text, I can just go ahead and go back into edit and then move the text. Instead of having to go back to the original photo, I can just go to the edited one and then simply move the text from one side to another. Modes and routines. Unique lock screens. So now you can have different lock screens and home screens depending on which mode you're using. So let's say for example for normal use, you have a more vivid lock screen, but then when you have sleep mode activated, then you can have more of a darker wallpaper on your lock screen as well as on your home screen. So this makes your phone just a little bit more customizable, and it optimizes it for different settings. So let's say you want to have a certain wallpaper for normal use, and then you have a more dark wallpaper for sleep mode, or if you want to have a specific one for a workout mode, you can have different wallpapers for that. So let's say, for example, for normal use, I have a more vibrant wallpaper on my lock screen and my home screen. But then when I have sleep mode activated, I want like a darker wallpaper, then I can go ahead and make that change. And then when sleep mode is activated, then it will just adjust to that wallpaper. So I really like this change because it makes the different modes more useful. So you can have, more darker wallpaper for when you're sleeping, but then for normal use, you can have a more vibrant wallpaper. Finder. Quick actions for apps. So now when you're searching for an app in Finder, it gives you a lot more options when you press and hold onto an app. So now it gives you access to quick actions in the app. So let's say, for example, I search for Spotify and then I press and hold onto the app. It gives me the options for locating the app, as well as it gives me the quick actions inside the app. So I can go ahead and hit search, and then straight from Finder, I can start searching for something on Spotify. My files. Copy files with two hands. So now you can go ahead and copy files using both hands. So this is kind of similar to moving around apps with two hands, but essentially you can hold down onto the file that you want to copy, and then with your other hand you can navigate to where you want to copy it to. And then once you got to the folder that you want to copy it to, you can simply let go of the file and then it'll copy it over. Final thoughts. So now for my final thoughts, I think that there was a lot of great features that were added into One UI 6.0. Definitely the ones that stand out the most have to be the quick panel redesign, as well as the two-hand drag and drop features. And I also really like the addition of different wallpapers depending on which mode you're using. It just kind of makes the modes a little bit more useful than they were before. So every time that there's a new update, it feels like One UI is getting even more polished. And in some cases, it's better than some third-party launchers. And so I'm excited to, try out all the new different features, and really customize different modes as well. So that'll be it for the video. If you liked it, please give it a like and consider subscribing for more videos like this one. In the meantime, it's been Alexis taking a look at One UI 6.0. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.